orientation for fixed asset schedule, page only. In a document with a different sections, you can change the page orientation for one section without affecting the others. For instance, you can set the page orientation of a fixed asset schedule page to landscape while the rest of the document remains in portrait orientation. I'll tell you. Let me open another Word document. Now let me click this. Let me put some 10 pages, some 200 paragraphs. As I'm sure this can be 17 pages. Let me save this file as, I'm sorry. Let me go here as the second case study. As the case study number 2, landscape orientation for fixed assets schedule. Generally, this case study is whenever we prepare the financial statements, all other schedules are in simple tabular form, having just 3 to 4 columns maximum. One is the serial number, the other one is the particulars, the other one is financial figures previous year, and the financial figures of the current year, maximum 4 columns. But when it comes to the fixed asset schedule is having so many columns that starts from serial number, then fixed asset name, the block, the rate, then written down value or balance as on start of the year, then additions greater than 180 days, less than 180 days, then total, then again depreciation, deletions, greater than 180, less than 180, then depreciation, then finally closing balance. You'll be having 10 to 12 different columns. Very difficult to fit into this type of this portrait format. Now, for example, out of the 7 pages, let me go to the page number 5th. The 5th page is the page I want to fit in the landscape format so that all the 12 columns I can fit properly. So if I want to make 9th page, okay, so I'm sorry, I'm into the 9th page. So 9th page, I want to get into the landscape. Normally, how you can change the orientation? By default, it is a portrait format. You can go to the layout, go to the orientation, it is portrait. If I want to change this to landscape, all the pages will change to landscape. But as I mentioned, I want only the 9th page. Now what I'm going to do, let me make this as a portrait. Let's go to the 9th page. As this is the 9th page, now what I need to do, I want to keep 9th page alone as a section. That means my document should have 3 sections. First section till 8 pages, then 9th page is second section, then 10th page onwards, third section, right? We already know in the previous case study how to break as a section. It's very simple. This is page number 8. You can see the page number here. Now I can just go to the layout, go to the break, click section break, so that it has taken me into the 9th page. Now, whenever just to check it out whether really this is a section break or not, double click on the header. You can see it as a section number 2. Then come to the end of the 9th page. This particular page is end for the 9th page. I can go to the same layout. Now I can just go to the break, click the next page, so that once you double click in the header, you can see this as a section number 3, the previous page as a section number 2. If I go a little up, the previous page till the 8th page was section number 1. This is an evidence. Wonderful. Now you are in the page number 9. Now you go to the layout. Now you can just go here, go to the orientation, keep it as a landscape. Wonderful. If you observe carefully, first 8 pages, it was still portrait, right? But 9th page is in the landscape. Let me go 9th page. This is the 9th page. But from 9th page, it is in the landscape. Okay. Now what happened, the small issue here happened is 9th page, earlier content is coming into the 2 pages now because there is a huge content. So what I'll be doing, I'll simply remove this particular paragraph. Once you remove this paragraph, this exactly fit into the ninth page. Not a problem. Why it came into the 2 pages? I'm sure you all are aware. Earlier, whatever the content which was in the ninth page, now because you made it into the landscape format, it is coming into the 2 pages. So it has automatically increased the section 2 to 2 pages. Now, if you observe carefully, only the ninth page in the landscape, from 10th page again in the portrait. For example, this is the page number 13. If you want page number 13 also should be into the landscape to fit some other data where you cannot fit into the portrait format, simple, go to the 12th page and go to the break, click next page. Now just double click just to see whether it is a section 4 or not. Section 4. Now you just go to the layout, orientation, landscape, right? Once you come down, because from here everything is the fourth section, but I want from the next page should be orientation. Now go to the 13th page and then click next page as a page section break, double click. This is the fifth section. From the fifth section, sorry, for the fifth section, I want the orientation which should be portrayed. Now, this particular document is having 2 landscape pages. One is page number 9, the other one is page number 13. Page down. There are 8 pages, and this is the 9th page, which is in the landscape. In the general financial statements case, whenever you want to fit a fixed assets type of register, or sometimes the reserve and share capital related table. In those cases, it's not a register, it's a schedule. In those cases, it comes with so many columns. You cannot fit into the portrait format. In those cases, we fit into the landscape format. In those case studies, this is the perfect suit. Even in the 14th page, you can find in the landscape format. And next page onwards, it's again portrait. Let me save this document.